I could name at least 100 people or more that came and went to that house. It's not every day, it's not all at once. Probably the most I've had was about 10, 12 people at my house at once. And Jimmyboi was there at one time. My other homeboy from Dave, from Elsick High School, which is the same high school as that Beyonce dropped out of, he knew how to chop and screw, and I didn't know that. But when he came to my crib, although he knew I liked chop and screw music because I've already hung out with him a few times, but then when I started going to Elsick High School with him, I would see him. There was a day where he just chose to come and skip school with a bunch of other people, including my boy Steven Pham and Jimmyboi, Tokyo, which is Tony. So Dave was at my house and he just went on my computer and downloaded this program where he could just chop and screw. It was a simple turntable, digital turntable on the computer. So he downloaded the program and then he just started chopping and screwing in my little computer room. And then he showed me how to chop and screw, and from slowly then, after he showed me how to chop and screw, I started to practice on my own, and I actually started enjoying it. So that's when I started chopping and screwing. I got better and better because that's what I wanted to do. And then I started making CDs and chopping and screwing songs that you usually don't hear in the Swisher House and from DJ Scooter Click. I tried to do a little bit something different. But as time went by, I'm still meeting a lot of people. And then I met the homeboy Charlie. It's a white boy named Charlie Bun. And he was a freestyle rapper. He started to rap around us. I knew another Korean homeboy that was rapping, but he was just jokes. Like, he was spitting jokes. He was just doing it for fun when we was high and fucked up. That was the homeboy, Titty Boy, Daniel, which is the cousin of my homeboy James Moon. And he would rap and have fun, but he'd take it serious. But Charlie, aka Lil Crazy, that was his rap name, he took it more serious and he started rapping around me. Then one day he just tried to get me to rap with him because I was always doing the chop and screw music and he knew that. And I was hustling, so it was like, that was something we did while we was hustling, smoking. It was like something that he wanted to do. And he wanted me to do with him so he could have somebody to rap with. Because he had hella, like, battle raps, dissing Chinese jokes and stuff and all that stuff. So he was really good. And when he asked me, I was like, I didn't think of any other Asian rapper at the time. Jimmyboi, I knew Jimmy, Fat Boy Jimmy, that's what his name was at the time. I've heard him freestyle rap one time, and I never seen him ever again freestyle rap because he was also going back to prison and stuff at the time. But we were hanging out one time, and I've heard him rap. And it's funny because he said a line during that rap that I already heard on a song, and my homeboy Greg, white homeboy Greg, we was at the hotel party. We were listening, we high and shit too. And we just heard him say that line, like, yo, he said that line. And this is the line that Jimmyboi said. He said, screens falling down, watching Malcolm and Eddie. It was a verse from a screw tape. And that was a known verse because it was popular. People had TV screens on their little visor in the back, and they're like dropping screens, and they're watching movies in the back and stuff in the car, you know what I'm saying, down south only. Having cars off all of the seats, having TVs on all the car seats and stuff, and the visors and stuff. So, yeah, man, he just started asking me to rap, and I was like, I ain't no other Asian rappers at the time. When I got asked to rap, there was no other Asian rapper. The only Asian rapper I heard of was Viet Thai Viet G. I think he was on Asian Rap's website. That was like the first website for Asian rappers. And there was another song called Got Rice, some Asian rapping, but we don't really know who he is, and he was not really popular. So those were just online, like, songs. Those are the only online songs that was popping at the time by Asian rappers that I knew of. So when I started rapping, he was like, yo, I'll smoke a blunt with you. So I was like, man, ain't no, ain't no Chinese rappers, like, you got Eminem. because he was a white boy, and he was nasty with it too. Like if he would have continued doing it, because I don't know where he's at now, but I don't think I haven't heard no new songs from him. So, but I feel like if he would have continued, he'd be really nice, almost like a Pat Stay. You know what I'm saying? He was Pat Stay when I met him. Before I ever seen Pat Stay, like he was that dope. And he just convinced me to rap. Like, yo, here's a blunt, da 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 da. I'll smoke with you. Just try to rap with me. Just try to freestyle. And I was like, damn, all right, fine. You know what I'm saying? I'll try it. So I started freestyling with him, and he just dissed me real good with the Chinese jokes. But then it helped me because I kept trying, and I actually started enjoying it real quick. And I just kept trying, and days went by, and I would always try to beat him in a battle rap. But it took me like about a year, and I finally got him one night. Finally got him one night, and then it was over. He was like, damn, he didn't know what to say when I battled, when I spit that verse. But it's all good, man. It was all just, you know, for fun and stuff. But we was trying to take it serious too, because we started making mixtapes. And that's when I saw Jen on TV one day. This is how I saw Jen. Somebody came to my house, knocked on the door, and said, "Hey, you want some free months direct cable? 3 months, free months. All you gotta do is sign this and then cancel it. So you get the first few months free to experience the cable, and then you get to cancel it." So I was like, man, is this a scam or whatnot? And he was like, nah, man, it's cool, right? Whatever names. I was like, Tony Montana. I put Tony Montana on there. And then he was like, yeah, it's all good. We're gonna get somebody over here to build the cable TV for you. So I had cable TV, right? And within those 3 months, surprisingly, when I started rapping, when I got cable finally, I get to watch BET. And then I knew there was Freestyle Fridays, right? Because I was seeing them on the internet and stuff. But finally, I got to see BET on my TV. I finally got to see BET Freestyle Fridays on my TV. And then one day, I see a Chinese dude rapping. And I said, oh shoot, what a coincidence. Another Chinese rapper? And then I find out his name was Jin. And then I find out he's actually dope, better than me. That was real crazy. So imagine, you just started rapping, you thought you were the only Chinese rapper or Asian rapper, and then all of a sudden you see another Asian rapper like surpassing you already out of nowhere, and then you find out you know this guy. Because his name Jen, I remember Jen from Vacation Bible School. So yeah, that inspired me, but I had a very southern style. So even though he was doing that East Coast rap, even though he's from Miami, that style of his was similar to Eminem at the time. But even though he was doing that, I still was like trying to stick to my style, southern style. But things happened, you know, and then I bumped into Jimmyboi because I remember he rapped when he got out of jail. I would freestyle with him. Then I told him I knew Jen, so it kind of like pushed him to want to go harder and stuff. He was trying to get some of my connects, asked me to give him his number because he wasn't taking it serious at that time. I was inviting Jimmyboi to all of the events, the freestyle battles, to the CDs and tape store where I worked at. I would give him movies like Paid in Full. I was just sharing so much with him because I was an Asian rapper trying to rise up, but I knew about him for so long, and I knew Jimmyboi so long that it was somebody that I was willing to share that rap shit with. Because at the same time, I was fucking with Lil Crazy too, but we got into a little bit of stuff. And then I met from another Viet homeboy, another Vietnamese rapper by the name of Lil Droop. And that's when me and Lil Droop was trying to take it serious too. Anybody I was messing with, I was like, yo, I'm trying to take this serious. So you might think, yo, why am I doing that? That's because I'm fucking with anybody, because I just realized that I know somebody that's getting signed to Rough Riders, and it's like, yo, this is dope. Like, that can happen for me too. If that could happen to somebody that I went to church school with, then it can happen to me too. But then I've learned a lot throughout those, like, just going through it, getting haters. And then like the story I said about how when I went back to New York, I bumped to the Gin, and then he had a hater, really showed me something about just that Asian rap in America, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, it's real. People actually will be jealous of your spot. And we've seen that happen at Gin. So it made me really think a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, watching him really inspired me to go further, being an Asian rapper. But then dealing with all that other stuff that he had dealt with after years later was kind of like, kind of slowed me down, you know, just knowing, like, damn, somebody that already got signed to a dope label is already almost getting murdered, you know what I mean? Like, now imagine you're an Asian rapper trying to come up, and then your homeboy and somebody that's Asian just like you gets robbed for their chain, gets almost killed, followed, just because he's in a certain position. The first time ever, first Asian rapper signed to an American label. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta really think about that. So I'm where I'm at, you know, I move on with life. I get into a drug addiction, but I never stopped rapping. I never stopped what I was doing. I still kept doing screw music, even though I moved to Seattle, Washington. I actually chop and screw other people's music. Like, I met a lot of artists out here too. So I would chop and screw their music and let them hear it, you know. And this was before George Floyd, so it's crazy how, rest in peace to George Floyd, because he's a screwed up clique member too. He's a screwed up clique member too. And it's crazy when I found that out. But these certain things really motivate me to, like, go further. I think everybody needs to have some inspiration. You know what I mean? Like, life is short. Do what you do every day, improvement. Like, be the best you can be of whatever you like to be. If you're like a chef, man, find ways to improve every day. You know, if you just, you know, an artist, just, that's what we usually do. As a real artist, they always aim to improve. So just apply that to everything you do. Live it to the fullest. You know, just push it to the limit. Life is too short to just not take things to the next level. That's what paradise is, you know what I mean? Paradise is the next level, next level, next level every day. Yeah, man. So I hope y'all like this little video about how I started rapping. It's my little history. I hope y'all like this little story about my video. So I hope y'all like this video. It's just a little story of how I started rapping and how I started in the South, because a lot of people don't know how it all began. And I like to share with y'all so you can understand that there's a bigger plan. I'm telling you.